How are you? I just thought I'd do a very quick video. As you know, at the moment, I'm in the process of writing a book with the title From a Burden to a Blessing. And I've asked a few questions in the Udemy group about, what would you like to try and get out of some of the work that I do? And from my perspective, I'm sort of looking at this going, how can I better support you? How can I better help you? I've got all of this, 40 years of spiritual knowledge and experiences from a child right the way through to platform work, to doing one-to-one sit-ins, to doing mediumship, to doing healing, to going to college, to having my own experiences, etc. And I think they all come together in this, a good word for a Friday is a cacophony of experiences. But what I want to be able to do is to take my knowledge, working with the philosophy and knowledge of spirit, and sort of round that about to put it into some wisdom and to try and help you guys further. And one of the reasons why I'm writing the book is that I've been asked by Spirit to tell my story. And the reason why I need to tell my story is because I believe that it will truly resonate with others. Because what I want this book to do, and what I want the courses to do, and what I want this website to do, and the Facebook group to do, is for you to have those moments of going, that happened to me. Because what I want you to be able to understand is that if you are, there's a couple of phases to this, but if you're in the middle of, and we're always having a spiritual awakening, but where the awakening gets amplified is when we understand we're having a spiritual awakening, and we start to feel the love, the oneness, the guidance, the fact that we're never alone, the fact that we have everybody with us, both from a spiritual, a physical, a friendship, all of these support networks. But to get to that point can be difficult. And for many years growing up, I didn't know what the hell was going on. And in particular, as a child and through my teens, and things were happening to me. I could hear things, I could see things. Going to museums as a kid and seeing a woman on a like a cotton sewing weave, and I knew she was in spirit, but people around me couldn't see her. And why can I see that? And why me? And all of these things. And I'm different. I just want to be normal. Not that I don't want to see him, and I appreciate seeing him. But as a child, you just want to be like everybody else. You want to conform. You want to be able to be in those circles. And actually understanding that it's okay to do that. And actually understanding that I call us sensitives. I call us, spiritually awakening, spiritually connected people. And they really, we have to understand that it's okay to be us. And in fact, when we have this burden of, I don't want this anymore, I don't want to hear spirit, I don't want to have these emotions, why are my emotions up and down? Why is it when the bloody moon shines that I feel terrible? Why is it, why do I always get people coming to me? Why do I have to hold crystals like this to get any form of control? And when we say that we can discipline it, we can understand it, and it's part of our journey and our awakening. And that journey and awakening is for us to push our awareness out, to be susceptible and understand things that come into us to fit pieces into our soul's jigsaw, for us to be eventually to be able to find our clarity and purpose. But before that, we need to understand spiritual clarity, and that is this. If you're having any of the symptoms that I just said of, seeing, hearing, feeling, sensing, questioning everything that you do, questioning things you never questioned before, I joke about it, but crying at films I was watching, selling on YouTube about 2 days ago, I was a mess, and I know that awakening is coming, but I know my soul's goal, and that soul's goal is to help people on the physical earth to live their best lives, with spirit being such a wonderful tool to allow them to do that. I don't preach. I'm not religious. I'm spiritual. And what I want to be able to do is to get people to understand where they are on their spiritual journey and their awakening, and that we can turn this burden into a blessing, and then offering the tools to be able to understand and connect with themselves, to connect with nature, to connect with the people around them, and ultimately to connect with spirit. So what I'm looking to do, if you like, is give people spiritual peace. And that's a bold statement. How am I going to do that? I hope to think that I'm doing it now. This morning, I received an email saying, thank you so much for everything you've done for me. I can't believe you've unlocked a relationship that I had with my mother who passed, that's been holding me and anchoring me down because we never had time to have those conversations. And now I've connected, I sense and feel we've had those conversations, things move on. And people say, that's wonderful. So if I do that now, can I get that straight away? Well, the reality of the situation is probably not, because that person's where they are on their journey and doing what they're doing. That's not to say we can't sit in meditation and have those moments. So for me, this spiritual awakening is for me to help you to understand what's going on, for you to understand where you are, to then give you a plan and some help, and through the courses and through Udemy and through the book and through the website and through all of these different functions, to give you that plan for you to be able to connect with yourself, connect with nature, connect with spirit, connect with those around you in a way that is controlled and disciplined and relaxed, and spiritual peace, clarity and purpose through meditation is key. And I think that's an important message. I'm going to help you and you can help me, because as you know, I'm trying to get a Kickstarter campaign together to raise some money to get this book printed. All of the funds, all of the profits that come out of this book will go towards the Well Centre. I've already priced up. It's going to cost somewhere in the region of £1.4 million. But it will be a place where people can come on times very cheaply, in fact at cost on times, to be able to come, sit, be, find themselves, connect with themselves, connect with nature, and at that point, if they want to be able to connect with spirit. Because I believe there is spirituality and there is spiritualism. And the ism is the connecting, working with spirit. The art and spirituality is connecting and working with themselves, connecting and working with nature, connecting and working with those people around them in an environment that is conducive, that takes away the anxiety, the stress, and helps them through certain phases of their lives, because we put pressure on ourselves. It's never the problem that's the problem, it's our reaction to the problem. So if we can help ourselves to do that, that's great. I'm saying that I have to practice what I preach. Sometimes, some days I'm a bit like this. Yeah, happens to all of us, especially when you do your Achilles tendon and you can't get around as much as you'd like to. It really does annoy me. But I breathe and I thank the Lord and I thank the divine for giving me everything they've got. And there's a reason why I've done my Achilles. I truly believe that. People say, there's a reason for everything. Why do you have to have a reason? I don't have to have a reason for everything. I know the reason for this stuff. It's to slow me down. It's for me to read a bit more and be more awake and get my tattoos done, which I'll show you at another time. I've already shown you one. So I hope this video helps. It's a bit of a Friday come spiritual chat. What I would say to you is, don't put pressure on yourself. Don't have too many expectations. Sit with yourself and listen, and don't think all the time. If you do have a thought, focusing on calming my mind. Come back to your breath. Come back to you. Come back to your anchor. Go and sit in the woods for 10 minutes. Go for a walk. Do those things, but give yourself some time. And I can't believe now, when I look back on it, and I think of all of those times when I was in circle or I was training as a medium, the core foundation of self-connection through meditation was missing. And it really was the key that unlocks the door. And I keep talking about this guy, because he's amazing. But in his book in there, it says, in the future, the best teachers of spiritualism and mediumship will truly understand the importance and significance of meditation. Meditation with self, meditation with earth, meditation with spirit. Thank you very much for watching. If you can help the Kickstarter campaign, please do so. I'd love to get this book published. It would help you. In the process, it would help others. In the process, it would help build our centre. So thank you very much for watching. God bless, be love and give love. And I hope you've had a lovely Thanksgiving. Enjoy the weekend, guys. Breathe it in. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.